down at Truths LLC out of Doniphan, Missouri. Today we'll be talking about the Fire Weather Dashboard. It's a national product, a new thing that the Weather Service has created and come up with. The idea here being to present all the way from a national picture down to a very localized picture in one spot, a one-stop shop, if you will, for fire weather information. This is exactly what it's going to look like when you click in. So here's the URL highlighted up here in the top left, weather.gov/DLH/FWD. It'll pop up with this. You can walk through. Controls are here. There's a help menu. You can change servers to make it sharpen the imagery and make the interface faster. You can bookmark your site and where you're a specific area that you're working in. You can show the legend if you don't remember what specific things look like and what stands for what. You can toggle the legend on here. And this is to mess with the layers. And the layers are kind of important. So I like the Esri topography layer as a base layer, base map. Couple things to show you. The big things that I look at. So number one, I'm going to click this, watch what happens. So the fire weather and severe fire weather, this is kind of your danger zone, right? So here you've got red flag warnings, which are issued for an extended period of either extremely low RH, extremely high wind, or a mix of the two, where maybe the RH is not as low and the winds are maybe not as high, but the combination of the two factors creates critically dangerous extreme fire behavior conditions. So as you can see, most of the central Midwest is in red flag today. This is only for today, at least at this point. There's wind advisories elsewhere in the country, high wind warning, etc. Cool thing to look at, your surface fronts. This actually will show you where your fronts are day by day, your low and high pressure fronts. And you can move through and click through. Now this only changes that front. It does not change anything else on the map, just the display of the front. So this is kind of the national picture, right? We could go, here's another indicator that I use and look at is the Severe Fire Danger Index. So this is essentially a probability that a fire, if started, is going to exceed control measures and become a dangerous large wildfire. So as you can see, South Texas, South Central, Southwest Texas is definitely there. They're in the red and the yellow. This is a high, or actually extreme, or very high to high. Green is moderate, blue is low. Now, if you notice, we can go, that's today. Now we can click that off and go to tomorrow. And after rain and weather moves in, you see that this is moderated. The orange is gone. Now it's yellow and green, and more blue has appeared around here thanks to the rain coming in. So that's those are the things that I look at first of all, before anything else, when I'm looking at the potential of, hey, where are we at in terms of prescribed fire prescription and our weather alignments. Well, if it's a red flag day, I'm not burning, and neither you should be either. If it's a high wind day, obviously a no-go on burning as well. Severe fire danger index is up. That means that fuels are dry and receptive, and maybe we're not in a situation of critical fire weather in terms of a 20% RH all day and a 30-mile-an-hour wind all day, but still conditions are favorable for rapid fire spread, which we don't want in a prescribed fire situation. So that's kind of the first look. Now we can zoom in. We'll turn on the county layer here. That's kind of helpful just to help place you with geography and where you're at. So up here, let's say you want to check out the weather here in Doniphan. And we'll go Doniphan, Missouri, and there you go, right there, first spot, right? And it puts the little dot, and we'll have to move the map in and kind of come in here, but as you get closer, this will turn, or should turn, into it's not going to do it, but you should turn, there it is, the grid square. So first thing, it's going to tell you there's a wind advisory in effect, red flag warning in effect. So that right there, nope, cut off, we're not burning today. Next thing it'll do down here, as you scroll down, it'll give you the 7-day forecast extended, which keep in mind, generally forecasts are only really truly dialed within 48 to 72 hours. But for today, we're pretty on target. It's going to be 83 degrees. Minimum RH is going to be 43%. Our winds are going to be 23 miles an hour max. And our wind gusts are going to go up to 40 miles an hour, 3 p.m. out of the southwest. We're looking at 70% cloud cover later, 44% chance of precip, LAL of 2, lightning activity level, which is the likelihood of a thunderstorm rolling through. Our mixing height is going to be 4,586 feet, and then our ventilation rate will be 131 knot feet. And this is our minimum for the day. Our minimum mixing height will be 674 feet. So these are kind of more smoke management considerations than true fire considerations. However, when you have a higher mixing height with a high ventilation rate, also indicates the possibility of an unstable atmosphere, which can contribute to fire behavior and spread. We scroll down, and now it breaks it out hour by hour for what we're looking at. It is currently 11 a.m., 75 degrees, RH of 62%, winds will be 16, gusting 30 out of the south-southwest. Transport winds aloft 23 miles an hour. Also same-ish direction. Probability of precip, not very high. Probability of thunder, not very high. That is an absolute percentage. We're looking at 48% cloud cover. Our mixing height be about 2,400 feet. And our vent rate is 48,000 knot feet, which is not very great. Visibility 10 miles. If you prefer the graphical view, you can scroll over here and you can pick a particular spot and hover, and it'll tell you exactly what the what that forecast point looks like for that time frame. So, and as you scroll down, dew points, wind speed, direction. Keep in mind and remember that the little tails here indicate the direction the wind is coming from. Probabilities of precip, how much is going to come with that, sky cover, thunder, transport winds, and this is again all your smoke management considerations. Transport winds are the winds, upper level winds that are going to carry your smoke whichever way they're going to carry it. Mixing heights, honestly, close to 5,000 feet is a pretty good mixing height, really, for a daytime mixing height. Ventilation rates will look good this afternoon, indicating a possibly slightly unstable atmosphere. So we can go through and we can actually click, and I could just click another spot. Let's click out here, Howell County. And it'll think about it for a second. It'll give me the new forecast square. So you can really get dialed down into, hey, I have this farm out here in Pomona, Missouri, and pull up that exact grid square for where you're at and get all this information presented in a nice, easy to understand format. There you go. Again, this just gives you your daily minimum and maximums for all the things. And if you want, you can break it out by hour by scrolling down. And as we come across, you see, oh, it's going to be pretty cold tomorrow out there. But also at the same time, 19% RH with sustained 17, 15, 13, 10 mile an hour winds gusting over 20 miles an hour out of the northwest. Tomorrow's probably not looking like a real great burn date either. So that's how this works. Just a real quick overview. Just wanted folks to be aware of this. And again, we'll post this at the end here, the link to this website. Highly useful information. Great for just one-stop shopping. If you're planning your fire, you're looking at your prescription, and you're looking at your burn plan, which you have a burn plan, right? If not, call me and we'll talk. Either way, you're looking at your prescriptive parameters and you're comparing your weather to those parameters so that you're making good decisions and you're staying in your prescription, which is vital for safe, effective fire on the ground. Thanks for watching. If you find this helpful, please help me spread the word. Like, subscribe, share, let folks know about this. There's a share button down below. Copy the link. You can post it on your Facebook. You can send it in an email, text message to your friends, however you want to do that. But please, this is all free information. This is just me putting myself out there to help folks better understand and be better prescribed by our practitioners. Thanks for watching.